Hello everyone, and welcome to the recording of what I'm going to do this evening on Facebook Live with this beautiful gatefold paneled card. I absolutely love this, and then it just kind of opens up and makes a scene on the inside. I love the Hello Harvest for fall. The little pumpkins are adorable. The whole set is really adorable. So we're going to get to this card in just a moment. I want to make a little announcement. I know that some people will be dropping off, and I really appreciate you being on my team for as long as you have. I've enjoyed having you, and I'm not sending out any emails about anything. Stampin' Up! Did that. I always go with happy crafting. I don't ever want it to be stressful crafting for anyone. So, you know, maybe at some other time you might come back, but I totally and completely understand. So just do some crafting on your own, and I hope maybe you'll become a customer, or even, you know, watch my YouTube videos, and just let's craft together and always do happy crafting. Okay, so this card, so pretty. When I saw this, the first time I saw this, I think it was Dawn with Stamping Thoughts that did this first that I saw, and then I saw some other ones, and so I think I really came up with a very simple way to enjoy working with this set. The first thing that I want to do is get a little piece of scrap right here. We don't need a mat because we have the red rubber stamp. And I want to stamp You Are Such a Blessing from the Hello Harvest stamp set. And it pairs with the Rustic Pumpkin dies. And so it's a nice little bundle. All right, let me get that stamp out. I forgot to get that stamp out. And we're going to stamp that in Cajun Craze. Let's do that. I hope you guys have been having a great fall. Our leaves are starting to change color here in Upper East Tennessee. I think it's going to be, though, another good week until we get perfect color. Okay, so there's that. Now I'm going to bring in my little mini trimmer. I know some of us have this. And, you know, let's see, I think it was, if you signed up, you got the mini trimmer, and then as demonstrators, we could purchase it, and I definitely purchased it. I really use it a lot, I have to admit. I wish they'd come back and, you know, put it in the store, you know, because I think that they would, I know they would sell a lot of these. I thought maybe they did it one time, then they took it out. I don't know. But anyway, so I'm just going to chop this back to real close to that sentiment right there. And then I'm just going to take my little snips here. And I'm going to cut this at an angle. I actually, you know what? I really want that a little bit closer there. And, you know, you can use your regular trimmer for this. I just love the chop of this. It gives you such a nice edge. Just like that. Yeah. See? And I really wanted that a little closer on that. Wonderful. Okay. I'll get my mess out of the way. So, can you believe it's fall? I mean, I think summer was too short, so I'm just going to angle cut the back of these, okay? And just make that little sentiment there, and put a couple of dimensionals back here. We'll put this on the front of our card in a minute. I want to just, I think I'm good, yeah. I wanted to make sure that I wasn't over. See, I don't want to go over this panel. And I'm not. It's actually a little shorter, which is good too. So I put my two dimensionals on the back there. And let's see. What should we do next? Let's go ahead with the inside. Well, let's go ahead next. I'm going to close this. You know what? I think that might be all the ink I need, but I'm definitely, except for the envelope. And let's go over some of the measurements. Now, I've already colored. Look how pretty these flowers are. And I love this individual sunflower. I like that they gave that to us. And then I cut out this little pumpkin here. Comes from those dies. the rustic pumpkin. And then this is the other pumpkin one, and I stamped it in Tuxedo Memento black ink, and I'm going to color that in just a moment with you in Cajun Craze. I just got into some new markers, new Cajun Craze colors, so I really like that. And let's see, this little squiggle, we could actually put this together. So I'm just going to put my little squiggle on the outside of my pumpkin here. And all of this greenery, all of this comes in the set. This is a very popular set. You probably already have it. But if you don't, you might want to go ahead and put it on your list. And at this point, I'm not really sure if it's on unorderable status or not. Things were really unorderable the other day, and then in 24 hours, they must have gotten a shipment and it came in. Here's the little top to the pumpkin. Doesn't that look so realistic with the embossing that's on there? Let's put a little Tombow here. Okay. And let's put that here. Just like that. Okay. All right. Now this little guy is going to get dimensionals also. So let's just go ahead and add those while we're at it. I'm going to put one here to hold on the stem, okay? And then I always have these pieces and parts on a sheet. And up here on the stem, I'm just going to take one of my little triangles right there from the side and put it there just to give that stem some stability, okay? I'm going to move that aside also. All right, now let's go ahead and talk about the sizes of what you need to cut. You need 2 pieces, I'll hold this up, 2 pieces of 5 1/4 by 4. Okay, one's for the inside and then one is for the back because I didn't want to write in there. I love that that was just like a little sneak peek viewing of what's in there. So I didn't want to write on it, so I did one for the back. We'll stamp that in just a moment. So 2 pieces, 5 1/4 by 4, basic white. You'll want to cut 2 Cajun Craze, 3 3/4 this way, okay, by 2 3/4 width. 3 3/4 length, 2 3/4 width, cut 2. The next one, cut 2, 3 1/4 length, 2 1/4 width, 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. But the 2 1/4 is the width, okay? And the 3 1/4 is the length. Also, cut 2 of 3 by 3 1/8. Now I have a little note here, 3 inch at the top and score at 1 2 inches. We'll do that in a few minutes, okay? Cut 2 of the Rustic Harvest DSP. I use these pumpkins. You can use, of course, whatever you'd like. 2 1/2 by 3 1/2. The 2 1/2 is the width. The 3 1/2 is the length. Cut 2. And then cut 2, 2 by 3. 2 is the width, 3 is the length. Watch it with this paper because it is directional. I wouldn't want my pumpkins to be sideways like that and their stems going that way. So be careful when you cut, you want to cut your width at 2 and then turn it and cut 3 inches and that's what you get. Okay? 2 by 3, cut 2. And then the base, and we're going to work with this, 9 1/2 by 4 1/4. We're going to score it at each end at 1 and 2. And then I have my little directions here. Place the edge at a 1/2 inch, cut to the first score line. I'm going to do that with you. Don't worry, you're going to understand every bit of this. So 9 1/2 by 4 1/4. Of course, I've piled everything up on my trimmer. And let's bring this in. And we're going to score this at 1 and 2 on each end. Remember, because we want it to fold in, okay? So score it at 1, right here. And then push it to the 2. I just flip it. You could get those other measurements if you want, but I just want it 1 and 2 on each end. I think that's simple. And then up here to 2. Okay, now my directions said place edge. What you want to do is turn this with the 4 1/4 at the top, okay? and place the edge at a 1/2 inch. We're going to use this side of the trimmer. Place the edge there at 1/2 inch, okay? And then you're going to cut to the first score line, which is cutting down 1 inch, okay? So we're going to bring our blade up here, and it's actually at 1 inch on the side here. See, your trimmer has measurements here. There's a piece of washi tape here so that you can see the measurements. So I'm right here at the top. Remember, we had the 1 inch score line. We want to cut to that 1 inch score line, all right? So I always hold my finger, guys, because I'm really bad about just slicing, okay? So I hold my finger, and again, I'm lined up on the 1/2 inch mark here, not the inch, the 1/2 inch right there, okay? And I'm going to bring this down to the 1 inch mark right there, okay? Now, what you could do is flip it and do the other side, but honestly, what I like to do, I like to leave it right in my trimmer, and I like to come to the bottom. I'm going to open my door so that I don't use my blade. I'm going to bring it here, and I'm going to place it because this is 9.5 inches, okay? I'm going to place my cutter at the 8.5 inch mark. Okay, there's a tick mark here, like a slit, and you can line it up. I want to pick this up and show you. You can line that up with the 8.5 inch mark right there, okay? So, but this is the way I like to do it. I like to do the top, I like to leave it in there, and then slice the bottom off, okay? So now you have these 2 tabs. You can always turn it and do it the other way if you felt more comfortable about that. No problem on that, okay? But just get those 2 slots at the bottom. Now, what we need to do with this is cut them out, all right? Because what we're doing, if you look at the card, what we're doing right now is making this step, okay? We're making this step right here that comes out, all right? So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my snips, and I'm going to go to that 2 inch score line right here, and I'm going to angle my snips. I'm going to open them up enough so I get 1 slice, and I'm going to angle it enough to come right to that tip right there and snip. Okay, I might have to come in a little bit, or there. Okay, yep. So that's what you want. All right, let's do the other side. I'm just going to turn it over, and see, you want to come right to that where this tab is. We want to cut that out, but we need this on the diagonal. Now, you can do it on your trimmer, but honest, I find it easier with the scissors. I'm going to open the scissors up so I just get 1 slice, no chopping. And I'm going to try to bring them right into that point, right there. Perfect, okay? That is wonderful, just like that, okay? So that's what it should look like. Just cut that on the diagonal, not difficult. This is actually, making this video is really helping me right now to make my to go live tonight, so I appreciate that. But you guys, I'm going to send this video to everybody because sometimes it gets buried on Facebook, you know, even though we've done a live. So it's just, I'm just going to send it out to everybody. Now, I flipped it over so that where I've scored our valleys, okay? And now on each side, you want to fold into the card. Get my bone folder here. And then I want to fold back, all right? Again, this side, I want to fold into the card, and then I want to fold my flat back. Now, right now is where you want to make any adjustments. If you are seeing cardstock here, you either want to trim it or, you know, move your score line. I'm seeing just, a sliver, and I'm just going to slice it. But this is where you want this to be right up to the card, okay? And I find that as I've made these cards, a few of them, I find that there's always one side that's just needs a little trim. And I just about guarantee if it's like it has been on all the other ones, this side will be perfect. Yep. Just perfect, okay? So, there's that, all right? Now, what we want to do now, let's go ahead and move our base to the side, and let's bring in our envelope. And let's start to stamp our envelope. This way, let's get a lot of things done and then we'll start to decorate our card, okay? So I'm going to do a little Mossy Meadow and some Cajun Craze right here. And I love this leaf. Very, very fall-like. And I'm going to clean it every time. And then I'm going to take my Mossy Meadow. I have a spot because mine is very dried up. And I bought the re-inker, but it's not working on the pad too well. I really just need to get a new Mossy Meadow pad. And here, there we go. And then a Cajun Craze. And I'm going to take that just like that, okay? And then I'm going to come back here. This one I took just on the edge, like that. But I really want to get a little leaf on the back in Mossy Meadow on both of them. So let's go ahead and do that. Just right there. Good. And then I'm going to get this one. See how my Mossy Meadow was? So I went to my spot. I was happy I had a spot. Yeah, you can always go to your spots. They have fantastic ink in them. There we go. So I like that. Okay, let's go ahead and decorate for the back since we're doing our leaves. So you're going to take one of the pieces that is 5 1/4 by 4 of the basic white. And let me go ahead and mount that hello on there. Get a block. And let's go ahead and stamp hello right up here. Perfect. And then let's get our leaves, Cajun Craze, and I'll clean it off. Get a piece of scrap paper here. And we'll do a Mossy Meadow. That's so pretty. I'm just going to bring that scrap in because I'm going to go off the page, right? And it just reminds me of leaves just blowing in the air and the wind right now falling off of the trees, just like that. Okay, let's go ahead and attach this to the back of our card. Let me put my lids on everything here. And let's bring our card base in right here. Look, it looks great, absolutely. And we're going to attach this right back here, and you could add your sentiment. Here we go. Just like that. Okay, let's go ahead and color our pumpkin. I wanted to do a little bit of coloring with you, not a whole bunch, but I wanted to show you how to shade this really well. I have some dark crumb cake here for the top of the pumpkin. Let me zoom in. I hope I remember to zoom out, right? Here we go. Okay. Sometimes I move on to the next step and I forget to unzoom myself. So I'm just going to color the top right there with dark crumb cake. Put these back as I go, okay? Now, I want to take the Cajun Craze right here, and I want to take the light, and I want to take the brush tip. And I'm going to color the entire pumpkin. This is a fantastic way to shade when you have a large area, and you know, and Stampin' Up! Has provided all of the little dark spots for us to shade with, so that's fun. So I'm just going to continue to color here. Just like so. I love the brush tip. So much area all at once, right? Don't you love it? And look, see how streaky I am? Because it's a blend and it's an alcohol marker, the streaks go away. See over here? And it makes it beautifully shaded, even just this way. But I want you to, we're going to look at both the pumpkins in just a second here. Just trying to get to my edge there without going outside the lines so I don't have to use the color lifter. There we go. And it's colored in that fast. Okay? So pretty, right? Okay. Let's see, that was the light Cajun Craze. And let's take a look at this pumpkin. See this one in the card right there. Okay? Look at all of that wonderful shading. And then this pumpkin. See where I've not shaded it yet, okay? I've not put the dark in there. And the alcohol marker is, you know, just bleeding out and just shading itself at that point, which looks great. But wait until I put this in. This is where I just add the dark with that little bullet nib tip, okay? I just add the dark to these lines. The ink will reactivate itself and give you the perfect shading on your pumpkin. As you can see, look at this. I mean, this is just, it's got to be coming alive on the camera if I can see it right now. Wow, is that amazing or what? Look at that part compared to this part. It just really defines it. And I'm just letting the product work for me, because I say this all the time, I am not an artist by no means. I'm a crafter, and that's as far as we go. So there's sometimes I color outside the lines and sometimes colors don't match up. Look at that, how pretty. Oh my goodness. As you can see from one side to the other, the definite difference just by using the dark marker. I can't believe it. It makes me really happy with my creations because, like I say, I'm just not an artist. Bring that one all the way down. And my hands get a little shaky, and I really believe that when the blends, when the ink, you know, kind of bleeds out, it doesn't matter that my hands have been shaky. How nice! Oh, I love that. I absolutely love it. Great. Now, let's go ahead and attach this. Let's go ahead and bring in the inside part of the card, okay? And this is the other one. Okay, remember I said the inside and back is 5 1/4 by 4. Cut 2. This is the other one. Whoop! Let's zoom out now. All right, there we go. Glad I looked, right? Okay, now we're going to go ahead and put our pumpkin here in the center. Now, I've already colored my flowers and cut them out. I didn't think that, you know, I really wanted to teach you how to do that shading technique. This is just with some crumb cake, daffodil delight, dark old olive, and dark calypso coral for these flowers. That's all. And I'm going to put that right here on top of my pumpkin. And I'm going to use a glue dot to do this, just so that I get one image, okay, that to glue down. So everything will be great. I'm going to put that right there. See? All right, now from back here, I'm going to go ahead and add my Tombow. And I want Tombow because it's the inside of the card. And I want to get these little flowers down here. Use your tip to spread. You don't really have to put out a whole lot of glue. You could put some glue out and then use your tip. Okay, and spread it. There we go. Just like that. And now I'm going to flip it over. It's so much easier to have a full piece, you know, of an element right there, instead of trying to put, you know, the two together. Okay, just like that on the inside. And I already colored one little sunflower here, like it fell off of its little arrangement there. And I'm going to just stick that one right there. Okay? And now we have the inside of the card completed. Let's go ahead and put that in. All right here. This is gonna look so good. Isn't that pretty? I just couldn't put any sentiment in here and have anybody write on it. That's why I put the back one on, because I was like, this is so pretty. Okay. Beautiful. I'm going to turn that over and just give it a zhuzh. Okay? All right. Now, let's go ahead and bring our pieces in now. Okay? So, you know, if you stop the video and cut your pieces, so we cut 2 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. Remember, 2 3/4 is the width. The skinnier one is the width. Okay? And then I have 2 let me just make sure that I get these right. I need the 3. Okay, yes, okay. And then I have these at 2.5 by 3.5. Cut 2 rustic pumpkin. Watch your direction. They will layer right on top of here. You know, I didn't have to do all the things in pumpkins. I could have turned that one and done like the back panel in black and white if you wanted to. That would look good too, right? So you just layer these panels up. And they're 1/4 of an inch smaller, the DSP is. And that's what makes that pretty layer, okay? So there's that. Now then we cut 2 of Cajun Craze here, 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. Okay, I think I had my, isn't it, let's see, I really believe the width comes first and then the length. I don't know. I get confused with that, I have to admit, on when you write your measurements out. So I'm just saying 2 1/4 is the width, 3 1/4 is the length. Let's take these 2 pieces right here of DSP, that's 2 by 3, and let's layer these right here. I think there is a little rule about that, and I have to admit, I don't think I follow it, okay? And here. Now, see, so we've taken 8 pieces of paper and made 4 out of them, all right? Now, you have another set of 2, that's 3 by 3 1/8. We're going to move these to the side now that this is together. And these 2 right up here, okay? All right, now, we've got to bring the trimmer back in, because now you have these 2 pieces right here that are 3 by 3 1/8. And I can't stress enough, when you do this, make sure the 3 inch is at the top. This is 3 1/8. Your side panels will be off if you score with the 3 1/8. It's just that little bit of a difference, and it's hard to see. Okay, so measure first, and now we're going to score at 1. We're going to score at 1 inch. I make sure I have the 3 at the top. We're going to score at 1 inch, just like we did the panels on the card, and 2. 1 inch and 2. Just like that. Let's do that again. Can't stress enough. 3 inch at the top, not 3 1/8. 3 inch at the top. Score at 1. You know why I stress that is because I put the 3 1/8 at the top, and I was like, what's wrong with this card? And I realized that me. All right, so there we go on that. All right, so these 2 are the same. Let's go ahead and zigzag fold these guys, okay, just like that. All right, just zigzag fold them in. Use your bone folder. So I fold this to the right, to the left, okay, just like that. All right, now these are the mechanism. Now, did you see, even though I fold them the same way, I took one and turned it around because you have to have them open out. All right, let's look at that. You know, a lot of times if you could just visualize it, it's just easier. Here, okay, I have to have the top part opening out so that this will come like that. All right, okay, now let's go ahead and attach these guys to our base. So much fun. Right here, one goes on one panel and one goes on the other, making sure that they're lined up nicely on the side and the bottom, okay? On the side and the bottom, really lined up nicely. Put your glue on your little piece because you don't need it all on that big one, okay? So let's go ahead and attach this one here, just like so. And I'm going to pick this up and I'm going to look at my sides. So you want to see, like when you look at the back, you don't want to see anything sticking out. That looks great. And the bottom too. That looks great. Okay, let me see. I'm going to look at this one first. Yeah, don't need to trim. My grandpa, who came from Italy, came over from Sicily, a little town called La Spezia. In broken English, he would always say, and I'll never forget it, measure it twice, cut once. Love it. I have all the furniture he made, my grandpa. I have it here in my home. I'm so happy with it. So I'm going to push that down just a little bit. Okay, you really want it even, because like here you go. There's your mechanism. It's that simple, right? You can see it right now, right? Okay, now your panels. Here's the thing with these panels. Remember, everything has to fold to the inside of the card to fit in the envelope. Let's go ahead and place the larger panels on this piece back here, okay? You don't place it on the inside one. You place it here, and you don't place it out here. You place it to the inside, so important, to the inside of the card, okay? And you're going to place it on this strip right here, okay? So I'm going, this one goes all the way to the top. So I'm going to add my glue right here on that panel. Place this to the inside of the card. I cannot, again, this is another part I can't stress enough. Make sure you're good to go at the bottom there. Fold your paper in. If you need to wiggle it around, now's the time. I think that looks fantastic, okay? Let's do the other side. Open it up. Put your glue here on this, not the inside panel, because then you'll glue it to your card. Okay, fold it, put it out here. All right, to the inside of the card with the panel. Right here. Okay, I always fold this in and I take a peek. Oh my goodness, that is perfect. It's perfect, okay? It's perfect. I'm so happy with that. This one's actually coming together quite well, which, like I said, is really going to help me with tonight. Okay, now, the little panels go to the outside panel, okay, of your little mechanism here. Don't glue in here. Close it up. Attach to the outside. So the panel is layered on top of this one. It's very easy to look at this and do that. How do I know this? Okay, because I did it. Okay, because you're thinking opening the card, okay? But actually no. This has to decorate, okay? So let's go ahead and put some glue right here. And this too is why I love the Tombow, because I have to have a little wiggle. A little wiggle wiggle. I'm going to place this down. Again, I'm looking on the side of my card because, you know, you're really making a sandwich here, okay? And this is in. And now, look at how that stands up. Isn't that perfect? I know, right? All right, let's do this side. Okay, remember, no glue here. Glue on the outside, close it. Glue right here. Beautiful. Keep it closed. Put your panel to the inside of the card. It's just like putting puzzles together, right? And I love puzzles. There we go. Just like that. Oh my goodness. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, now let's go ahead. Remember, we did our sentiment already. Let's go ahead and remove our backs to the dimensionals, and I'm going to place this right here. And I'm really kind of glad that this one's a little bit smaller than this one. I could have chopped it back a little bit more. You know, I really like having the DSP hanging out around that. I like the circle of seeing that there. And then on this side, I'm going to place my little pumpkin that we just created. And then here. See, I like to kind of do all of my extras, and then I like to put my card together so that then when you put this on, you've completed your beautiful card. Let's go ahead and get these. This came in the Leaf Label and Amber Gem combo pack. I have to admit, I'm using a lot of these Amber Gems. Not so much the leaves, but I love the Amber Gems. And I'm going to use some large ones here. I'm going to put one right here on the bottom of the pumpkin to define it. And then just 2 around my sentiment right here. Just like that. Oh my goodness, I love it. Oh guys, thank you so much for being on my team. I hope you enjoy this video, and just take it step by step. Easy peasy, okay? Slow and easy, but always remember, everything goes to the inside of the card. This way then you can open it out. All right? Look at how pretty our cards are. Wonderful. Absolutely. All right, thank you again so much. And always go to your happy space and do some happy crafting.